We are recording, so whenever you're ready.
Ooh, that's intense. That's like model status
You're
right
like,
there.
What you?
Okay.
oh my god. Oh, that's the face I want to wake up to.
How do I?
Listen, I'm sure that can be arranged.
Get me excited, guys. Get me
Pat,
excited. Okay.
Pat's got that rainbow flag someplace, so
Yeah, somewhere over here. I don't
so
know.
Oh my god.
he could break loose with a little fucking love.
Oh my god. The Star Fox romance made in heaven.
Oh,
I always
Christ.
got
So
it
you guys
nearby.
need me to back out for a
Always
few
got it
minutes?
nearby. Always got it nearby, you know?
I could go away for a little bit. You guys could fucking talk, and then, you know.
Did you hear Star Fox Zero Remasters coming?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's just get on with the show. Don't say things that are going to make me upset. It's too early for this nonsense.
Episode 17 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu for today. I'm back, guys. Don't worry. I'm back. We have...
worried. I don't think anybody even asked, did they?
We have our mini direct impressions today. To port or not to port. We're going to review some of the ports that have come to the Switch and if they make sense. Leakers taking pride in their fake work. We will talk about that. And hashtag do not forgive Nintendo. What can't we forgive Nintendo? This is the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's get going. What is up, guys? Episode 17. Your boy's back. It's all good. We're all happy now. You can just relax. I'm back. You don't have to feel...
Are you going to have that cheesy sound effect in there?
I think everybody was happy last week. They were like, yes, we get to actually hear
They were like, finally, a
guys talk.
Oh man, was it a normal talk? I mean, this was me on there.
I was watching it and I was like, I know that they're gonna give me stuff for not being on. Then Bobby called me Peach, and I was just like, this is gonna be down.
Best. That was awesome, man. That was the perfect comparison, man.
Oh my god!
But I am joined, of course,
Look,
always.
I have the red, right? He's got the green background, and then you got the girly face.
Girly face. It's perfect.
Well,
let's introduce the co-host, Joe from Joe After Work. What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on? Good morning to ye.
And Bobby, the Nintendo guru. What's up, dude?
It's too early, man. It's too early today. I'm tired.
Too early. It is.
Yeah.
So feels like it's been forever for me. Of course, I wasn't here last week. What are you guys playing? What's up, man? What are you doing? Joe, I'll start with you.
Oh, man, I am at my 96th hour of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I'm at the last third of this game, and I am still underpowered. This game, every time, it's just like you think you have enough, and no, I like that, but man, it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, I need to finish this game. I have like Lost Sphere coming up. I have Bobby's Game of the Year coming up. Kirby to play.
Bobby, yeah.
Bayonetta. Like we have all this stuff coming up. I see that face.
Like that. Hey man, what's wrong with you?
What? That's your goatee, man. That's your goatee right there.
No, I don't think so.
That, and I want to get into some. This is taboo for here, but I want to play Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice already. Like that's on my list from last year that I need to get to. That game blew me away, the intro to that game, so I want to get into that too.
Damn. And Bobby, what about you, man? What are you playing?
I played a lot of Splatoon yesterday. Like a lot of Splatoon yesterday.
Oh.
I played Splatfest with the boys. Had a couple of rooms going. Boys and one girl. Little May was popping in. What up, Little May?
Yes.
Dude, she
nice.
is beast mode, man.
Yeah, she is.
She is good, man. It was a lot of fun. We were all in Discord together. It was me, Sean Capri. Shout out to Mr. Sparvy. That dude is another beast. We were just wrecking shop, man. It was awesome. So it started out me, Sean, and Sparvy, and then I forget who we had in there as well. And then that person had to dip, and then Sparvy went and grabbed. Well, as we were sitting there, Little May dropped in, and then she left. So I was like, Sparvy, get her back. So he went and got her, and she came back, and was like, okay, let's do this. And we were doing good, man. It was fun. But I just finished the demo for Dragon Warrior Builders or Dragon.
Oh, the
Quest
Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah.
Dude, I want that game so bad. So bad. That game is so much fun, dude. I had a blast with the demo. And the demo is basically the first part of the game. But I beat it and I was like, dude, I don't want it to stop. I want to keep going. The only question I have is, when I get the game, do I have to replay that demo?
I think your save carries over.
That would be
I
awesome.
think your save carries over.
That would be awesome. Because you know what, man? Not that I don't want to redo it, but I don't want to have to go back and read all the dialogue and all that. Like, I just want to keep going where I'm at. Like, it is so fun, dude. I played the game on the PS4, and because I was stuck there, in front of the TV all the time, like, I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have it. At that particular time, I didn't have a lot of time to play.
You didn't play on your Vita? You didn't take it on the go?
Stop with that trash system.
Now, is it like Minecraft where it's just kind of like sandbox style,
No,
or
okay? So what happens is you go out and you mine, very similar to Minecraft. You go out, you break off stuff and all that, and you like have different pickaxes and hammers and all that stuff in order to mine, and then you have more monsters in the world than Animal Crossing, than Minecraft. But the difference is like in Minecraft, when you kill stuff and when you mine certain minerals, your experience goes up, but your experience does nothing for you in Minecraft, essentially. It does, but it's just not major. Where in this game, you build things. You're building a castle. What it is you're rebuilding a town from scratch. So you're going in and you're like, they're asking you for certain things, like they want a kitchen, and they want this, and they want a new bedroom, and so
they're very needy.
Yeah, you're building for them, and as you move along, more people start to come to the town, and they'll want certain items, certain things built, and you just start to rebuild and start doing all this stuff, and it's like, but then you also have like where they'll come to you and be like, hey man, there's an attack about to happen, and you got to go out and defend the castle from like a horde of skeletons and stuff, and it's like you're out there, you're beating them up and stuff, and then like it gets done, and it's like, okay, this is good, and then you go back, and it's like really awesome. Like I have so much fun with this game because I'm just like, this game is really a lot of fun, man. I'm having a blast. I had a blast with the demo, and I'm just like, I want more. I want so much more. The only thing I don't like about the game, and Joe, I don't know if you played that much of this game before.
Oh yeah, I beat it. The demo.
So, the demo, yeah, but I'm talking about like what happens when you go chapter to chapter to chapter. For whatever reason, like let's say that I hit a slime and a slime drops a particular ingredient. In chapter 2, he drops a different ingredient. And that's
annoying.
And what's not good about that is there was a spot in this kind of why I stopped. I couldn't find this one particular item that dropped, and apparently it dropped with a skeleton in chapter 1, and then chapter 4 it didn't drop with it. And I'm like trying to find this item, and I'm running all over, and I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous, man. So that kind of stinks, but I don't know whether they fixed that or not in this version or not. I don't know. So regardless, I'm going to figure out what that item is that I need and make a note of it and stockpile the hell out of it. So when I get to But it's a fun game. I strongly urge everybody, at least go get the demo and try it. I think it's a good game.
And that's out now.
The demo is out now, and I think the game's out in a couple weeks, like maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, early February.
Yeah, like February 6th, I think.
I like the added story to that. I think that's why I stuck around and played as long as I did. That and the crafting was easy, and it made sense. Like they kind of handheld you towards that, unlike Minecraft.
Well, the other thing too is like here's a major thing. Like if you can build a treasure chest at one point. That's a big treasure chest, and then it connects all your treasure chests. So Minecraft, if I'm building over here and I have a treasure chest, and then I go over there and I start building over there and I build another treasure chest, I got to go all the way back to my original to grab what I need out of there. This one, if I put it in that one and then I put it in that one, it's connected, and it's nice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's nice.
So that was one of the announcements for this Nintendo Direct that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a crazy week, man. Between social media and just them dropping this out of nowhere. A lot of people have different impressions and thoughts about this latest Direct, and it's kind of like there was a lot of ports that were announced, a lot of remasters, and the biggest announcement, I guess you would say, or the last announcement was Dark Souls. So pretty much depending on what you think of that game and what you think of some of these remasters, you're going to like this Direct a little bit more than others. I'll start with Joe. What did you think overall about this mini Direct?
I liked it. It's funny. The first thing I said when I saw the time on it was 15 minutes. And I was like, 15 minutes? A year and a half ago, we would have killed for 15 minutes. And they're going and calling this thing a damn mini Direct. I was like, oh, man, Nintendo, you have changed. Thank you. I like the announcements. It granted, a lot of people were still upset about oh, what about this? What about that? What about this game coming out? What about Yoshi? What's going on? Fire Emblem Switch. It was a mini. Let's take it back a step. It was all us rumoring it, and the hype, was on us. If anybody should be upset, we should be upset at ourselves about this. But I liked the content that they brought out. They gave us a little glimpse into what's happening over the next couple of months. They didn't have to do that. They could have waited until February or March and just going, here you go. Here's what's the first half of 2018 is going to look like, or something like that. I liked that they showed a little bit of indies, Faye and Celeste. Those are two I'm totally picking up at the end of the month. I was surprised at Dark Souls, but I know that had been rumored for a while too, for the last couple of months. I might pick that up because I'm just a masochist like that. And Kirby looks cool. Kirby's Kirby. I don't think you need to show any more of that. The tennis thing threw me off too. I was like, damn, Camelot's still working on sports games. Where's my Golden Sun, man? Give me Golden Sun.
Bobby, what'd you think initially?
I was happy with it. I really thought this was going to be a full-scale Direct. I didn't think it was going to be a mini. I was in the camp that, was kind of shocked that it was a mini. But then again, once Nintendo started trolling people, I was like, this is a different animal altogether now. This is not what we expect it to be across the board. So, but I was happy with everything, overall. There's a couple things that I'm just like, man, am I really going to get that? I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I was happy with it.
Yeah. Joe, were you going to say something?
The amount of trolling that happened, if you guys didn't see the feed, try to go back and see if you can get it. It was Nintendo posting a picture of Chibi Robo on fire, followed by followed by Sega.
No, Capcom.
Capcom. Was it Capcom first?
And then Sega.
And then Sega with
Sonic the Hedgehog's account. Yeah.
Heatman and freaking dude.
Bandai Namco threw something in there.
Doom did. And then
I was like, oh my god. Yeah, Bethesda, Obsidian, aren't they like a PC developer? It was great. And then Chibi Robo, just the memes out there. There was one with him in a Silent Hill scene where the main character's down the staircase and everything's on fire. You see Chibi Robo coming out. That was gold. Yeah. That was gold. That was
Nintendo New York.
Well, ultimately, I don't know if you guys know this, but what it turned out was it was a message that we were getting a Direct, and people didn't realize it. And it was Chibi Robo and the hot dog that the Nintendo New York released is from Tomodachi Life. That's the guy in the hot dog outfit. Those two characters. What is the problem with that?
Joe's dead, dude. He's picturing that guy's face.
Relax over there, dude. So those two characters, right? Or those two moments were the last time that Nintendo actually did a Direct and didn't announce it. So they were basically saying we're doing this. This is
They
happening.
knew what they were doing.
We're just not giving you a date. We're not giving you a time. We're just doing this. So I found out moments before, and I was pretty happy about it. Like I found out. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to get people in trouble.
Bobby's got sources.
Yeah, I had a source come to because I was like, "It's my birthday. You need to get me relieve this stress off of my shoulders." And I was told something, and I was just like, "Okay, this is good."
Nice.
It was
nice.
So we're gonna contact Bobby from now on. See if we get correct.
I'm sure that'll be the last time I ever get information.
Did you guys see the person that burned the Chibi Robo as a sacrifice?
Yeah,
oh my god,
that was amazing. That took the cake.
People were so stupid.
I feel like having this direct almost as like a surprise was kind of smart in a way because a lot of housekeeping was done in this direct. Like a lot of the things were announced that were cool, but they're not like flashy enough to be like, oh my god, guys, tune in. Like I think my favorite thing from this was Aces, Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah, me too.
That game looks like Odyssey Tennis.
Yeah.
Like that game looks incredible.
Yeah, for me, I agree. That game I wasn't expecting, and that made me very happy.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why I like it so much. Kind of like we live in the day where like there's no surprises anymore.
Yeah.
But I was a little scared at first because it showed that generic court with like Mario and whatever. And then it broke out into like grass courts, and I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Story mode looks cool.
Yeah.
Kirby, I think we made Bobby a believer on this one.
No,
Kirby
nobody
looks
made
good,
anybody
man.
anything. I watched it. I said, hey, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to get it because I'm not that type of person to be like, I hate a game. I am that type of person. But
Bobby's that kind of guy.
Yeah, but I was just like, you know what? It looks interesting to me. Like every, I don't know, 4th or 5th Kirby game that hits, I go, all right, maybe I'm interested in it. You know, so we'll see.
I like the multiplayer.
Did you play Planet Robobot?
No.
To give that one a shot at least.
Yeah, that one's good.
That's a really good 3DS game.
I don't
Triple Deluxe.
What? Oh my god.
Triple Deluxe is not that good.
No. I'm talking about Planet Robobot.
No, he just said Triple Deluxe.
Don't
I like trash games. Come on.
Planet Robobot.
I was given that game, and I'm not a fan of that game.
Triple Deluxe?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself? No, Planet Robobot's where it's at.
I was given it and told to play it, and I was like, yeah, okay. It's okay. No. It's not great.
The music was good. Oh my god.
No. So now we as Nintendo fans, we crazy crackheads over here, there is a kind of a new-ish rumor or like theory that there will be another Direct very soon. Within like 2 weeks, 20 days. You guys buying into that?
I mean, I am, but I don't. I'm just like, I'm hopeful that it happens, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like hanging, like getting ready to jump off a cliff, you know, with the noose around my neck. Like, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. But I kind of, the trend shows it happens typically. Also, there's so much stuff that wasn't talked about that it just makes me wonder, like, why didn't they talk about this? So, I mean, there was no Bayonetta, there was no Fire Emblem. Somebody said, and I don't know if it's true, did they leak or somebody say that there's supposed to be a Fire Emblem specific Direct coming? Maybe I missed that. Maybe I misunderstood.
I didn't hear.
I mean, they did one last year for Fire Emblem Heroes, right before it came out, like the week before it came out or something like that.
I'm curious if that's a thing or not, but I don't know. That said, regardless, like, I think that there's a lot of things that were discussed or not discussed, and I don't think that what they showed us doesn't feel like enough to get us that deep into the year.
Yeah.
If we're going off of what happened last year, where you're getting a major release every single month, they need to step it up. Because then, you know, if this is what it is up until E3, we're going back to old school Nintendo, and I'm not happy about that. So that makes me a little nervous. So I think they're holding a lot of stuff close to the vest, and we'll see.
Well, think about it. I mean, what were the 3 or 4 games so far? We have DK Tropical Freeze, we have Hyrule Warriors. I'm going to count those even though they're Wii U ports because Pokken DX got its own release month.
Yeah.
Tennis,
Kirby.
and we know Bayonetta and Kirby. So we know Kirby in March. We know
Yeah,
Donkey
I guess you're
Kong
right.
in April. Hyrule didn't have a release window or a
I was
release date.
surprised Yoshi wasn't there. Yoshi's
Yep.
done. That has to be done.
I would have thought Yoshi came out in February, but then I got to remember Bayonetta technically is your February
Yeah,
release.
yeah.
They hit every month except for April. So unless Fire Emblem Switch
Well,
or Yoshi is going to be coming out in April,
Hyrule said spring.
spring, yeah, but maybe that gets pushed into summer silently or
Uh,
June, maybe because June
Yeah.
is still technically spring. Like, yeah, it's the start of the summer, towards the end of the month, but maybe they squeeze that in there right before E3 and then say, hey, here's your summer releases at E3 or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. But the other thing too is like they had gotten into this rhythm of doing Nindies directs, and we didn't really, like you said, Faye, but Faye is really EA. I mean, yes, it's
That's
a
true too.
studio
Yeah.
doing it, but it's
Yeah. It's
and
an EA original.
yeah.
You're right.
So I just feel like
Well, the Nindy Direct, the first one, didn't show up until like a week before the Switch launch, like a week or two. So
Mhm.
there's still time for that as well.
yeah.
And God, now I'm
So-
like a crackhead tracing the goddamn dates. You got me crazy now.
Was that kind of like the first look at Faye? Was that one of the first?
Was it?
Well, they showed it at E3, at EA's show this year and last year. There is a playable demo of it out there in the
Mhm.
wild. If you own Zombie Vikings, if I forget what world it is, but there's
It's
a
a
world
random game.
they made Zombie Vikings. It was on Game
No,
Boy.
I know. I'm just like,
Well, what
that's
it is
a
in the
random
game-
title. I mean,
No, because in the game, what happens is there's a moment where you go off into this thing, and one of the zombie Vikings eats a mushroom, and he starts tripping a little bit, and then you
And
end
there's
up in
Faye.
and then you end up in this world of Faye. It's in his mind, and it's Faye. And,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and so you can play that demo. It's built into the game, so it's pretty
it's
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
That's
That
funny.
game blew me away. Like, okay, Celeste looks good, but I'm kind of over like the 8-bit
Yeah.
style games. But Faye looks crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a day one for sure.
Speaking of
Um,
8-bit games and kind of getting tired of them, what did you think about the quasi possible announcement of a Kickstarter?
Oh,
Chicken Wiggle.
Chicken Wiggle.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So Jules announced that he's kind of messing with the idea of like a Kickstarter, but it's not pixel graphics anymore, right? It's
It would
like
be-
upscaled.
It would be it would be both. He would like Monster Boy or Wonder Boy. You
Oh, okay.
you click the
Nice.
button and you flip back and forth between the two styles.
That's cool.
So if you like the pixel art and that's what you want, you play that way. If you want the,
You mean you would switch the styles?
done.
Sorry.
I'm done.
Oh,
All right,
thank
guys,
God.
I will
go
see
to
you next
bed,
week.
man. Jesus,
Joe's on something today.
I know, man.
I'm on an hour of sleep right now.
Oh my
No, but
God.
that's a day one. Like I was kicking myself. Like I don't have a 3DS, so I
Yeah.
wasn't able to get that game.
Mhm.
The fact that Mario Maker's not out, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And the levels transfer from 3DS.
The levels from
Like-
the 3DS are moving
Which is
over to
awesome.
the Switch, which is awesome. It's just, I'm hoping it happens. I really do. I hope he goes Kickstarter. He hasn't told me whether or not yet, but I can't wait to. I hope it does, man. Because, dude,
Yeah, there's only two things I've ever kickstarted. This would be the third,
yeah,
for sure.
I did something Portilla that's coming out this year, and then the other one was
yep.
Veronica Mars movie. I did.
Which ones did you kickstart, Joe?
The first one was a Batman Mask of the Phantasm movie that should be coming out soon. Greg Miller and Nick Scarpino are actually doing voiceovers on that. I actually interviewed the guys a couple years ago on my channel. It's somewhere in there.
Oh, damn.
And the other one was this game called Rides with Strangers. Still hasn't come out yet, but they had a demo last year or a year and a half ago now that I found through DashEXP. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's one of those spoopy, really like low budget spoopy games.
Nice. So let's move on. I'm gonna go with Bobby's topic next, just because it kind of goes with the whole like direct thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Bobby, why don't you go with your?
I'm just curious. So
Oh, wait, I skipped mine, but whatever.
that's fine. But last week,
Good job.
well, we could go to your.
Should we go with mine? Yeah, let's go
Go
with mine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I took a week off. I'm rusty, guys.
No kidding.
So my topic is to port or not to port. I'm going to look at some of the ports that have come to the Switch or coming to the Switch. Because overall, I was pretty pleased with the Direct. Just one game in particular, I don't really get more so pricing. And I'm talking about Tropical Freeze. I think Tropical Freeze is a good game, like fantastic, one of the best, maybe top 3 on the Wii U. But it's full price, $60. You can buy it brand new. I have it over here. It's like $20 on the Wii U, brand new.
Yeah, but who owns a Wii U? and you already said you own Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
So this isn't for us. This
Mm-hmm.
is not for us. This is for the people that didn't, excuse me. This is for the people that didn't get this game the first time around and didn't own a Wii U. And I got news for you. This is a fantastic game. It really is. So I'm okay with the price. It's fine. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But they did do a little bit of work. They added a new character to it. They made an easy mode per se.
More for speed running. It looks like a speed running kind of thing.
Yeah, but dude, when so when they put out Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii, it was hard, like Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
And then when they ported it into the 3DS, they made it a little easier for people. So because they realized that it was frustrating people and people weren't really truly enjoying it, and then they came out Tropical Freeze, which was worse as far as how hard it was. So if they're giving you that ability again to make it a little bit easier, that's good, man. It'll make it a little bit better for people, especially with we know that a lot of people didn't own a Wii U, so there's a lot of kids that got Switches for Christmas this year, and it's so it's good, man. It's just it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone that didn't own it, guys, that's day one.
Yeah.
The game is so good. But it's all relative. Like for me personally, Hyrule Warriors, one of the games that I skipped, I'll be getting this day one. It comes with all the DLC. I was talking, maybe it was on my stream, but Bobby, you were saying someone priced out everything, and it's it's a no-brainer if you guys. And this will be my first Warriors game, so this will be pretty cool. Are there any ports so far that have come out that don't make sense? Or you can't really justify them porting, or games that you're surprised aren't ported? I'll start with Joe. Port situation, man.
Yeah, I think I think the obvious one is Smash eventually. I feel like they're saving that for E3. The other ones that I would probably imagine, this goes to something that I've been preaching since last year, was this would probably be the year we get more Wii U ports over. And oddly enough, I think the first one I said was Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I think it was on this show, and that was jokingly, and they did it, which is hilarious. Wind Waker and what's the other one? Twilight Princess. I'd imagine they would port over to Switch instead of giving the GameCube, Wii, Virtual Console stuff there. I think they just port that over. Games like Beautiful 101, I'm surprised Platinum didn't announce that. I get Bayonetta was the obvious one, but I would like to see Beautiful 101 show up on the Switch, because that game is criminally underrated for sure. Even though
Wonderful 101.
Sorry, Beautiful 101. Jesus Christ, sorry, I have Beautiful Joe on my mind. Wonderful 101. But I think we'll get there. I think Pokken DX sort of started that trend, and then we'll probably see games that they want to add extra content like Pokken. I feel like that's the reason they brought it over to Switch, was they're like, okay, it's done here. Let's bring it over to Switch. Let's add the arcade updates to this thing, sort of thing. So nothing comes off at the top of my head, but I feel like some of these games, they're with the intention to add more content.
Yeah, Nintendo introduced the first ever deluxe game, where a deluxe game has paid DLC. I don't know. To me, that's just weird.
And it's adding
It's
characters.
different. It's different if they put the game out and then offer DLC day one. This is coming later. They're doing additional content.
Yeah.
Stop making a big deal out of this.
Well, no,
I'm
I'm so
on the
used
stream
to
the other day, and I'm like, what's the
I know.
big deal? Who cares? Like,
Well,
so what? It's
you look at the content that Arms has gotten, Splatoon 2, and you're just kind of like, why can't you just give us a character
it's not
or
the
two?
same company. That's why.
Yeah, it's Bandai Namco, and on top of that,
Well, yeah, but the thing of it is, and people continually like throw this at Nintendo, and like Pokemon Company is a totally different animal. Like Nintendo owns stock in them. They do not tell them what to do. Never. Like they run at their own. They march at the beat of their own drum. They do what they want to do, and prime example, Detective Pikachu gets announced after the direct. Like doesn't get announced in the direct, after the direct. So it's like they do what they want to do, and they don't.
2 years after Japan.
Yeah, but that's at least we get an amiibo with it. They didn't get anything. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So for me, I think of that like Nintendo. This isn't a Nintendo thing. What's crazy is, and I don't know whether this is. I think you have to buy both waves, right? You can't buy one or the other.
Yep, you do have to buy both waves for
$14.99. It's $14, and they're like, "Oh, well, that's overpriced, and that's not what Nintendo does." And I'm like, "Yeah, have you seen the Smash DLC? Like that stuff was cheap, man." So.
Yeah, and I broke it down in my stream too because I don't think people that play Pokken probably don't play like games like Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct, Street Fighter. Most characters run $4 to $5 a character, maybe even more sometimes. So when you think about it, even though it's one main fighter, you're getting the 2 supports as well. So when you break it down, you're getting 6 characters total for $15. They could have charged $30 for that and been real jerks about it. They're charging.
And they were kind of vague about it too because they said that new avatar items and more. So I don't know what more is, but
well, the other thing too is like when you look at let's look at Smash as an example. Like what was Cloud? Cloud was like $8.
Something like that, yeah. And it came with Midgar too, and it did come with some stuff.
Bayonetta wasn't cheap, and like I bought every single one I bought the main characters for Smash, but I didn't buy like me outfits, me costumes and stuff. Like they nickel and dime across the board. Like those packs were coming out at like $20-$25 a pop. You know what I mean? If you wanted to buy everything. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what it is what it is. But for me, like I look at the overall, like I look at the whole porting situation, and I'm not like I feel like going back on what we're saying would be very hypocritical to what we said a couple months ago, and I'm not that person. Like I feel like I'm okay with the ports. Like like I look at it like if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like I'm probably not going to buy Hyrule Warriors. I'll be honest with you. I got the game, I beat it, but it wasn't one of those games like I have to have all this stuff. Because the DLC to me wasn't that great. I did like playing as Ganon. Honestly, that was a cool DLC thing that I got when I had that game. Characters are one thing that I'm okay with, but like I didn't feel like it changed the story. The DLC that was all the offshoot games, like the maps was what they would do. Like they would go, oh, here's Link to the Past map, and you go through and the storyline was kind of built around that and all that, but and it was more like challenges, if anything. I think
was it like the history mode?
Yeah, it was
in
weird.
Fire Emblem.
Exactly.
Is it like that?
Yeah, it's kind of that stuff. And I feel like there's a lot more left to be ported. That's still going to get ported. I don't feel like Smash is getting ported. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's going to be its own thing.
I think it's going to be its own thing. I think.
Yeah, the later it gets, it's kind of harder to believe.
If it doesn't happen in 2018, then I would lean.
But I don't think it's going to happen at all, just because of the fact of and I've mentioned this story numerous times, the fact of like when they were doing Smash for the Wii, they announced it and never even told Sakurai, and then afterwards they went to him and they were like, "Hey, we want you to build this. You got 2 options: either you build it, or we just take Melee and port Melee and add online to it." And he was like, "No, I'm going to build." And he started from scratch and started building it. So nice. I think if they would have went to him with this again and said, "We're just going to do a deluxe," I'm pretty sure he would balk at that and go like, "No, I'll build you one from the ground up." So that's what I think is happening. Because I can't see why that wouldn't have got announced last year, if not this year by now. So
I mean, he
Yeah.
did say he didn't want to port anything or add anything extra to this game
yeah, he did.
before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was
Well, he didn't
his
say
quotes.
ports. He didn't say ports, but he said he was done with this game.
Yeah.
And I don't see. I mean, man, could you imagine a Smash with every single map from the 3DS and the Wii U and like, holy crap, that game was massive, dude.
That would be insane. See,
Yeah.
but that's why I'm like, yo, if they even up-res the 3DS stages,
Mm-hmm.
that game would be
The
huge.
3DS version was much better than the Wii U
It's
version.
crazy.
Anyway, we're getting off into a tangent.
Yeah.
I can see it in Pat's
I'm,
eyes.
I'm like getting all.
I see
fucked up
Pat's still.
Oh yeah, I'm like frozen on your
You're frozen on my.
I am pretty okay with the ports. I think that there's going to be some divide between like people like us where we, is this game worth double dipping? Like Bayonetta is one that I missed out on. Hyrule Warriors I missed out on. But like Donkey Kong I probably won't pick up just because I have it and it's just like that kind of speed running easy mode just doesn't appeal to me that much.
But it's Funky Kong, man.
Funky Kong.
See, my thing is with that. So when I look at it, like, I'm definitely getting Bayonetta. I'm definitely getting Donkey Kong. But Hyrule Warriors, I'm just like, maybe. So I had so much fun with Donkey. I think Donkey Kong Country is the better game of all the ports that are coming out right now. Musically, like, aesthetically, like, it's just a far better game.
Yeah, that does appeal to me handheld though, which is always the thing. Like that's always the extra thing.
Who are you kidding?
We'll see.
Joe and I'll get it, and then you'll just be like, I gotta get this thing.
Gotta get it.
Now, if it comes out with banana Joy-Cons, your boys run into the store.
We already have banana Joy-Cons. I mean, come on now.
Oh, the arms ones.
This is true.
I still want
this is true.
I still.
It's like an off yellow, but.
So, Bobby, why don't we go to your topic?
So, at this point, we all kind of know that the firmware 5.0 leaked or whatever, it was fake. It was made up. The guy came out this week, kind of very proud about it, and tweeted about it and was like, "Hey guys, I did this. What do you think?" And kind of, I don't know, man. My question to you guys is, are you okay with this? Do you feel like people should give this person a pass, or do you think that like we should kind of be upset with them? Like, where is your mindset with something like this?
I think we all need to give like a little slow clap here. Dude, this fake was good. Like it wasn't, everyone believed it. And I feel like if you're kind of on a level of like a fan, to see your work, it's weird talking about it, but to see like Game Explain and like all these bigger outlets talking about it and literally to have the whole community kind of like turned on its side and like talking about your fake when like you're in the corner, laughing about it. But I don't know. I feel like this might become a new thing. Like we saw months ago, Josh came out with the Smash leak. Dude, that was prime. Those leaks were so great to see the 3D. You were just talking about the 3DS stages like up-res. He did that. And it was cool to see that. And I don't know, man. I could see this becoming a bigger thing. Of course, once you leak your work, you're automatically like on the blacklist. Like no one's gonna believe you if you come out with something. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of cool to show kind of like the possibilities of what can lead. And you got to think that Nintendo saw that, and they're just kind of like, maybe we should add stuff like that. So I don't know. For me, it's cool, and the person doing that, it must be awesome to see all these news outlets covering it. That's just my take.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joe?
I mean, I agree with everything you said. I don't think we should like give the guy flack or anything. I'm sure he's already gotten enough of it, or he or she. I don't know. I did see the tweet. I didn't go past that. It was more like the actual possibilities. Again, like Patrick was saying, I think, oh man, it almost made too much sense. It was like me and you, Bobby, when we were talking about this last week. It was like, this seems to make too much sense, and it almost seems like Nintendo is listening to us a little bit too much because it gave us everything, which almost made it immediately feel like, okay, maybe this is fake, but maybe it's not. Maybe they really are paying attention and they're gonna give this to us. So that's what I was so torn about. But damn, that was a good leak, or a good fake thing. I just hope this doesn't become a trend where every couple of months something wild happens and the internet goes into uproar, because then I think it's going to tear up a lot of people on the hardcore side, not so much casual side, because they just want to play their games, and that's that. And I do too, but I like seeing things like this, and if it shows again what could be, and hopefully we get all these things, or maybe Nintendo's looking at that and like, oh, people want this. Oh, maybe we should put this in here. Maybe we should get voice chat into the damn Switch.
I'm pretty sure that Nintendo knows that that's what people want. I don't think we need a leak in order to.
Maybe we get a headphone jack on a Pro Controller.
Listen, guys, let's get realistic here, all right? Like, I'm okay with the fact that he did it. I'm not okay with the fact of, like, you're letting people believe it's real for days. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hi, guys. I'm so proud of my work. Like, I fooled you. Like, I made you guys all, like, freak out for days on end. I don't know, man. I'm not mad at the guy. I don't want to see this trend. Like, if you make something cool, just put it out there and be like, yo, guys, I made this up. What do you think? Would you like to see this happen? Like, that's the way to go about it, I feel. To just drop it somewhere and be like, oh, look at this footage. Like, could this be the next thing? And I found this, however it originally got leaked or whatever. But, like, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of fooling people in order to get notoriety. Like, go out, be proud of your work you did, hold your head up and be like, hey, man, this is what I did. What do you guys think? I'm an animator, whatever. This is what I created. What do you think? And then let people judge it on that merit. But, like, to be like, this is a real thing, to make people believe for days that this is a real thing. And then, ultimately, like, you go to message boards and people are fighting with each other over it and stuff, which I think is stupid as it is. But you're causing drama on top of it. I just think that, like, it's making me become very cynical with leaks anymore. Like, when anything gets announced, unless it's official, I'm starting to be like, I'm not listening to it anymore.
Yeah.
Josh's thing was more, that was just him trolling Roger than anything. Like, because Roger loves Smash. That was him messing with it. A few years ago, there was a guy that put out stuff, it was called Smashified. And he was the first one to do something like this. And what he did was, if you go back and you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. What he did was, he made Rayman, and it was just about before E3 or whatever, and you saw the menu screen, and the thing moved over a few, and it stopped on Rayman, and it was like, it popped up just like Rayman on the Smash screen, and you clicked it, and then it came off, and he did like a move, and it said like, Rayman joins the battle, or something like, whatever it did. And it was like, people freaked out. Like, oh my god, this is a thing. Because there was also a support trophy of Rayman in the game, so which led to people believing like Rayman was supposed to be in the game. And it's like, this is happening. This is a thing. Like, what's going on? And then like days later, he's like, oh no, it's a fake. I made it. And then I just don't agree with that way of handling it. Like,
yeah,
especially guys like this, because a lot of times they're trying to act like, well, I'm just trying to get a job. I'm trying to show people this is like for my portfolio. Then put it in your portfolio and move along. Like, I don't like the fact of, and maybe I'm over exaggerating. Maybe people disagree with me, and that's fine.
Not at all.
I just don't think
not at all.
I don't think you use a negative to create a positive. Just
I think one of the perspectives that we can relate to a little bit that maybe like just a fan can't relate to is like some of us, and I wasn't one of the people that covered this as like a news story and made videos about it, but it kind of...
No, you weren't worried. No, look, guys.
I was like,
here, take this. What do you think?
Bobby was live streaming and I just dropped it. I was like, "Hey Bobby, look on Twitter." But I don't know, it does kind of take a little bit of credibility away from content creators
Yes.
and fans looking at people like I'm sure there's people who go to Bobby's channel and are like, "Okay, what's the Nintendo news for today?"
Yeah.
And if they're seeing like fake stuff come out, not that they're gonna discredit you, but they might, think twice about believing something you say or I don't know, some little thing like that. And it's just like that's the unfortunate part that I see. For me, unless it's like a leak, kind of like the Faye leak, where it was like they announced that game was being shown in something like that's how the whole direct thing comes. Like that's the only thing I'm believing now. If a random screenshot comes out, that's not Nintendo doesn't really do that kind of stuff. So I don't know. That's one of the perspectives that I thought of. That's kind of annoying and kind of bad to see.
Yeah. I agree.
Joe, any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say to play devil's advocate to what Bobby was saying. It makes me wonder if he were to go the approach of like, hey, I made this thing. What do you guys think? I don't know. I can't say whether or not that would have blown up as much as the way that it's always been done, because I feel like the mystique behind it is there as opposed to someone saying, hey, here we go, and trying to get people to take a look at this, as opposed to like throwing it up on a YouTube video, labeling it as such without without the fake or whatever on it, and then letting it run wild and rampant on the internet. I don't know if it'll have the same notoriety as like doing all that stuff.
Yeah, it might be covered, but it's not gonna like blow up.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that aspect of it. You but that's the risk with anything.
Yeah, not saying that it's right to begin with.
Saying, no, I know, and I'm coming back with that, and I'm saying like, I'm not saying that like I feel like don't use a negative to create a positive. My thing is like if you did it, and I don't know, man, his tweet that came out afterwards, that just
it was a pretty lengthy tweet. Yeah,
and it kind of rubbed me wrong because he's just like, oh, I'm so proud of what I did, and aren't you guys
I fooled
happy?
you.
Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, I fooled you. Like, oh, that means something. I'm like, no, dude, all you did was took the hopes of everybody and crushed them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, we looked at how excited people. Like, there's a reaction video of me like flipping out, and because I was like, man, I want this stuff bad, and it's happening. Like, this is awesome. And then it's just like, oh, there's the rug, yank it out, and it's like, it was pretty. Like, even during the video, if you watch, like, I'm like, man, I hope this isn't fake. Like, there's doubt the whole time. Because, you know, it's the age of the internet. Anything can be faked anymore.
Yeah.
So, what can you do? It is what it
is. Joe, why don't you tell us your topic?
All right, so I have to set this up. I was on Nintendo Life last night trying to find a topic, and I was like, I don't really have anything off the top of my head that I feel like is worthy of talking about outside of everything that we already had planned. And then I came across this one article. A do not forgive Nintendo hashtag has been going viral in Japan. So I'll just read a few things real quick, and it'll lead into my question. Yesterday, we reported that Nintendo is currently filing a lawsuit against Japanese mobile game company Colossal, stating that the developer has violated 5 tech patents in its mobile RPG Shironeko project. As it often does, and especially at the moment it seems, the world of Twitter soon got involved and things started to take an interesting turn. So people were in support of Project Neko project. They didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like, keep the game up, because one of the part of the lawsuit is they want to terminate the game from the market because of all the patents that Nintendo has that this game is breaking. In this downward spiral of 60,000 tweets, this hashtag do not forgive Nintendo started trending. And one of the tweets started to turn, there was like back and forth between people supporting Nintendo and people against Nintendo. And the good start to outweigh the bad. And one of the tweets translated goes, "Thanks to Nintendo's atrocious conduct of releasing the godlike Switch console alongside the godlike Zelda Breath of the Wild game, I had no spare time left in 2017. Hashtag do not forgive Nintendo." So my question to you guys is, what do you not forgive Nintendo about?
Oh my lord,
Keeping it light. Bobby, I'll start with you.
Jeez. Do we
Man,
have enough time here?
I know exactly. Like, creating the NES and like changing my life forever. Like, I could have just been a kid playing baseball in my front yard all summers long, but instead I'm like playing Nintendo all summer long. Like, oh my god! I went from collecting baseball cards to collecting Nintendo games. That was like, holy crap, dude! That is so funny, man.
That is hilarious. Patrick.
I don't know. I'll go a little bit serious this time. I feel like it's frustrating to be a consumer and for like these little zany things to come out, like the cereal that just came out, and for us to be like not being able to get this stuff. It's a little frustrating. Like the classic consoles and stuff like that. That should be a fun console that like parents can go and like get their like husbands and like kids and stuff. Like I don't know, but yeah, dude. So many people are mad right now.
It's where it belongs, right in the drawer. I don't even play it.
Savage.
But yeah, a funnier thing. Breath of the Wild completely like March. I don't even remember March last year. March and April are gone forever.
I remember the year, man.
So good. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, dude.
Oh,
and I'm planning to play through it again. So bye, guys.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Patrick?
Yeah, I'm gonna time out. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm planning to planning to play through it again very, very soon with all the DLC. So yeah, probably my February will be gone. You know, again.
I think it amazes me how quickly people jump and attack Nintendo when they defend their IP or their patents and things like that. Like, I don't have a problem with them suing this company. You know, I don't know what everything is right now. Like, I haven't read all the details to it and stuff. But like, dude, if someone's using your stuff, like, I'm fine with being told like knock it off. But it's just funny that the hashtag started in Japan. Like that's they're normally very peaceful people, man.
I don't blame them. They still have the lottery system going on there.
Oh,
so.
that's
true too.
That's what they should be upset about. Like, don't ever forgive Nintendo for creating this lottery. Although they didn't create the lottery, but it's just like, holy crap, dude! The demand on that game is insane.
That's rough.
That is rough, dude. If you think about it, like, you're still to the point. I was talking about it on stream last night on NintenTalk Live. Like, I don't understand why they don't import. Like, Chris was saying, like, well, maybe people don't know about it. Like us, we know that like you can get one from another country and it'll work in your country, but maybe in Japan, it's not that big a thing. Like, they don't want to import it. But man, if I really wanted one, I would. At this point, yeah, I'm importing. If I go through like 2 lotteries and I don't get it, no thanks.
I wonder how much more that would cost them. Man,
it's not that much more. I think I read somewhere it was about $329, which is only a little bit more, and then whatever taxes are and shipping.
Yeah, but I mean,
so
shipping it
$400. As opposed you spend an extra $100.
Yeah,
it's to me at this point.
Yeah,
it's worth the extra $100.
All the games that are out and stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna say I ship out my 3DS to get modded to Japan, and I'm like, that. Sorry, I almost cursed. That's pretty pricey.
Especially if you're on the Japanese eShop like Joe is, you find some interesting games on there. I got to know Joe pretty well on that.
What is wrong with you, man?
Oh wait, I don't think Bobby knows.
I trust me, I know, because Patrick came into wherever we were doing. I think it was if we ran Nintendo. Sean Capri and I, our last episode, and He's like, wow, I just seen a whole different side of Joe. This is just wow.
That was Joe After Dark.
Yeah.
I saw Joe After Dark.
See?
Dude.
I told you. I knew it was
People
gonna
want a
come
full
out eventually.
playthrough of that game. I'm like,
Is it that bad?
Dude, it's bad.
it's bad. It's bad. Oh my
How are you
god.
reading
Bobby,
it, though?
you should do that for like a milestone or something on your.
But how are you reading it?
Oh, you don't
You don't
need
really
to read to play this game.
You don't need to read.
Yeah, but how do you know what's going on?
You just
I
gotta
know
start
what's
moving your
going on.
hands and you start praying.
I gotta go.
How
watch
do I
this.
explain it?
I gotta go watch this. What's it called
Yeah.
for those that are wondering?
Shinobi Reflex Senran Kagura. It's part of the Senran Kagura series,
There's the
but it's
flag.
like a dating sim meets pleasure
Get
fondle
out of
game.
here! Oh my god!
The HD rumble in this game is amazing, I will say.
he's got the 80
That is
rumble.
probably the best thing about that game.
He's
Everything
like, let me take
else,
this Joy-Con.
I had to
put it away.
go and see a playthrough of what happens later on. I thought it got bad when I was playing it. I had to stop. Dude, there is a tool that's supposed to be clearly something else that you use. Let's just say it's a massager.
Oh
And it
my
has a panda
God.
face on it.
panda face.
I was like, I'm done. I'm done. No, I'm good.
It was weird though. Joe took like a 10-minute break afterwards. I don't know what was happening in that break.
He came back smoking a
This is
cigarette.
facts. These are facts.
He came back,
Came
like,
back smoking.
shirt all disheveled and stuff. His hair all out of place. He's
Big
like,
smile on his face.
yeah,
He was
he's
good.
like,
Yo, that game, if my channel ever blows up, that's the game people are going to go back on and be like, this dude's not a good YouTuber. He needs his channel shut down.
oh my god, dude.
I think
That's
me
gonna be
and you,
that-
Bobby, need to stream this.
I think I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
it's
it out.
$10. It's $10.
That's it?
Converted. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how do you? I don't even care if this is tangent-y. How do you make like a Japanese account?
Oh, it's pretty straightforward. When you create your account, when you're choosing your country, just find Japan in there, or if you want to do the Europe, you find the United Kingdom, which, fun fact, the United Kingdom is not in alphabetical order. It's in between the G countries for some reason. So there you go. That's really the main piece that you need, is making sure that
So
your
what you
email
have to
is
do is you
different.
need to create a new profile.
Yep, create a new profile, link it with the created My Nintendo account.
So then you have to. Okay, so I make a.
Yeah. I have a whole video if you want to link it for anybody or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's super straightforward. I can show you guys
Yeah, I
afterwards
need to
too.
do this because I need to get this
Yeah.
game.
Now, if I see that game on your play history and it says like 40+ hours, I'm gonna
Oh.
call you out. Like,
That's fine. But yeah, you can call me out on that. I'm not touching that game unless people really want to see
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm
There-
sure you're not
people-
touching it. Wink, wink. Yeah.
oh
But-
man.
But yeah, no, people were asking like, can this be a 1,000 follower special on Twitch? I was like, why?
I want to see the panda.
No, well, the crazy thing is, like, he normally reads stuff in different voices, but he can't read this one. Man, I'm so intrigued.
Oh no,
All right, we
there's
need to end
voice
this
acting
show,
in there.
man. We need to end the show because I need to get over. I need to go buy.
There's
I will just warn you guys, it is Zero D rating, which is like the adult rating for Japanese
Oh, it's bad.
games. It's
the
bad.
amount of
It's out there.
fanboys that are making Japanese accounts right now watching
Do I
this.
have to make
fan
it Nintendo of
service.
Japan? Like, come on.
Yes,
we
yeah,
gotta
it's
end
a
this.
Japan
we
only.
gotta end this. Come on.
Bobby's like, I gotta massage this girl. All right, so Bobby's gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes. Thank you guys so much for checking
Oh my
out the
God.
stream. You can follow Joe on Twitch, YouTube, Dating Sims. You can follow Bobby, Nintendo Gurus, at Twitter. Handle will be below. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 17. Some cool stuff planned. I'm lying. We're just gonna come back.
Peace
next
out,
week. Thank
Preston.
you. Peace out.
Take care. Love y'all.